Anambra State Chief Judge Anya Chabelu asks Nigerians to obey court order. Anambra State Government intensifies sensitization against drug abuse, addiction, visits Amansi Cattle Market.
Immunization essential vaccines save over 150 million lives. That's a report from UNICEF.
Salute attacks engineers on professional contributions to nation building.
Idemili South Chairman Obi flags of St. Gerard Avenue Road project.
UTME JAMP nabs 40 impersonators.
And then Namibia President Ndai Tua sacks Minister of rape allegation. And now over to the analysts in the studio. Let's take it from there. Let's share your thoughts on the trending issues before we move over to the national dailies.
Yes, His Excellency is tasking the Nigerian professional engineers on contribution to nation building. It is a wonderful area of physical planning and making sure that buildings, roads, infrastructures are built to specification with standard materials. He actually made a good point for engineers to be part of the nation building, because if you get into most of the advanced countries, you look at their public buildings, you look at their infrastructure, the way it is developed. For instance, I was in Detroit in 2017 and I looked at the road network. I began to wonder when the Americans planned these infrastructures ahead of the time. So, and he is doing the same thing now. If you see and observe what he has done in Anambra State, you find out that even though he is not an engineer, he's a professor of economics or so, but he is more of a builder. He is more of an engineer. He is more of an architect. And I doff my cap for him, because when we talk about urban development, trying to rejig the planning of some areas in Anambra State, you find out that we have a governor who is now laying a foundation for proper infrastructural development. So it is a good one. And then again, I looked at the nabbing of mercenaries. For 2 days, I observed that even today, as we speak now, that JAMB is still conducting the UTME, whatever it is called. Why in the past? I know that JAMB exam is just for 1 day. And what is actually happening, the ICT, which would have made it much more easier for people to, to go and do the exam and come out, and they are spreading it in days. I really don't understand. I do know that they may have their curriculum of how they set up the questions, but we believe that what we call expo in those days is that when exams are not taken, there will be room for expo. So I don't really understand. They have shown some, I don't know, it is not proper. We have had stories of claims by people or students who made results and falsify it and come out with one of the best JAMB results, and it became an issue in this country, a national issue to also say. The guys, they were dragged around, the apologies were rendered, punishment was meted out, and now and again, JAMB, the guy in the JAMB, the man in charge, came to this covenants that people are not placed where they are supposed to take the exam outside the town. I have somebody who is in Eket this morning. He's going to Europe while leaving Eket to Europe, and he has to go and sleep over. It is what is happening as I am talking now. And you are still claiming that...
so maybe the climate in Eket or Europe is favorable to him in writing the exam.
Listen, I was in St. Patrick's on morning mass, and I saw people trooping in. I said, oh, this mass will be a wonderful mass on Friday.
Yeah.
And people are coming in. It was then I now heard that it was jammed. By 5:45, candidates are already at the jam site.
Are you quantifying the quality of a mass by the number of attendees or attendants?
Oh yes, that shows some audience. That shows some.
That's the case for another day.
that shows some fellowship. So I'm still on jam because
and the impersonators should be punished. The impersonators, they should be punished.
Of course not.
It's good because when you look at the age bracket, when you look at the age bracket of people I saw people who are senior adults coming for jam. When I was like, I don't know machinery. I thought about it when I saw them. So when I read it now that some were not, it becomes obvious that people actually infiltrated. Some mercenaries infiltrated, called them malpractice.
That confirmed your suspicion.
Of course, yes. So they should be punished. Exam malpractice is a no-no in a developing country because these are leaders of tomorrow. We want to, groom and they become good adults, become good citizens. And when you start with malpractice at this level, then you are not introducing an enduring educational system. In their mind, they believe that they can always cheat to win, which is no. Okay, we have seen a lot. We're talking about our educational system, that it is no longer as airtight as it was. That people are using calculators, we are using our Android phone. Unlike when Roy was doing mathematics in his head, arithmetic in his head.
Even mental arithmetic.
That is what I'm saying.
10 plus 10. 10
yes, that's right. So,
minus 1 plus 2.
Thank you. And it was a wonderful thing. But today, you saw the people having Android. They say this is for mechanical something, and you look at it, you find out that these calculators inside the exam hall. You know what it means? Well, it means that nobody is reading. So that one alone is malpractice. That one is aiding, trying to, So to me, we should be thorough with how we groom our children in educational, background and system, and as well as their attitude.
Even these days, when you buy anything, maybe 2 things or 2 items, at a particular place of maybe 1,000, 2,000, they will press the calculator to calculate. When the person can start up mentally and say, this is 1,000, this is 1,500, this is 800, bam, 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 this is your bill. Yes, you must press the calculator.
Yes, I remember in those days, there's what we call the reckoner. A reckoner is a mathematical book for those who are, who are not illiterate enough. They will look at the reckoner, and then the reckoner will give them an answer of how many items you have bought and how much you are going to pay. It's no longer published anywhere because we believe that we have advanced educationally. Our children are actually coming up. You see, this is a computer age, this is a technological age. A lot of things are done, in a real-time, online basis. So you have to be updated mentally in the sense that you don't need such materials when exams are being conducted. That is all I'm saying. Not that in other areas of life you will not apply it, but first of all, those basic principles of training children should apply.
So mathematics is all about knowing the formula and applying the formula. So you can call us on 0706 5381 320 to be part of the conversation Monday morning press review.
Or you can send us a WhatsApp message to the WhatsApp number 0705 113 8812. We're live on Facebook. Drop your comments at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Do what, read out your messages when we see them.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, ABS. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good
morning.
In those days, the jam of one day again and then the jam that the whole Nigeria, not a problem. Then they spread the thing from 1 week, 2 weeks, all the same thing, and then our election. And the people are doing it in 1 day and it's going on well with them. Why are we spreading our we are giving ample opportunity for this kind of thing that's happening now. Because one person can, with this system, one person can make rights for go to or can right, go to the child right, go to. I mean, we are giving room for this kind of thing to happen. Government should be serious with whatever thing they are doing. The help us that are coming up. Good morning, God bless Anambra State.
Bless you, Matakwaka, too, for joining us on Press Review this morning. Yeah. Please, when you call, you have just 35 seconds to do it. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, fine.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you. This is what I'm up.
Okay, hello.
See something, no,
Okay.
This Regina, Maganodu. Before you don't want to branch by the right. This one got a great tower. Now that junction particular I was fair down. Really so. This said out here this said Alifan was not that banner was Alifia. Really definite main road. If I did not compare this road, now and go up to 3 to 4 days na main road, now that road naga, to issue the naga no that but that naga green tower na that is now. That road naga is now. That place we all the main road can fear you. And you know what you want this morning, but I was in 12 start and move for one shop, Makandia Swama. So why can't you keep Anambra clean?
Right, thank you. That's in the spirit of see something, say something. Somebody else is here. Hello.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to your guests in the studio. Emeka speaking from Asaba.
Okay.
Using calculator in an exam period is a big offense. We are talking it and we are smiling. It's a big offense. You see, years back when we were kids, will you ever carry stone in an exam hall or what you used to count? Now, calculator, we are smiling. It's terrible. We see, black man is falling back. We are pretending to be moving forward. Look at years back, as you are coming back from school, you open tap on the streets, wash your hand, drink water. Do 15 years old boy or girl know what is tap water? What is borehole in 2026-25? What is borehole? Black man, we need total reorientation. Thank you so much.
All right, Emeka, thank you very much. Just before we get down to the
National dailies.
Yeah, national dailies. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
True strength. What defines it? The brilliance of a player, or when a team comes together to win. A solo beat, or the rhythm of many. The flair of one dancer, or the art of a troupe. One distinct voice, or the beauty of the symphony. At FCMB Group, we build ecosystems, empower communities, and create the future. Because we believe it's not just one, but the power of the group that delivers the future we all desire. FCMB, the power of the group.
Mr. Teacher, please, what happens when children come to school? How is it that they leave home very neat and return looking so different?
Non-stop action, ma. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, dirty uniforms and shoes, they show that your kid has been very active.
Now, wow!
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
Ịtụ ndụ mmanụ na-amasị m, ya mere m jiri na-eri nri akwọrọ aka sie nke na-edozi ahụ. N'ime ite ji porridge, ntinyecha azụ, ntinye yabasị, ose na ogo, tupu ntinyezie nut cube nke ga-ewepụta ọmarịcha ụtọ dị na nri m ka ọ bụrụ eri amịchaa aka. Ndị be anyị, chetanụ na nke onye riri ka o gwuo. Tinye akwụkwọ nri na-ama pokopoko na nri gị niile, werezie nut cube na-enye ka ọ bụrụ eri amịchaa aka. Rie nri na-edozi ahụ taa.
The only place where you get today's best music.
Mostly, we are in your home, in your car. We are even in your pockets. Oh. Music for people who think, played by people who feel.
ADS 88.5 FM, Heartbeat of the East. Keep it locked.
We're back to the last lap of today's press review, and then over now to the national dailies, kickstarting with a Guardian. Don military attire, army urges Nigerians. Nigeria won't be great without our Greek, says Afe Babalola. NSC cancels May Day celebrations in Rivers, Edo. Solar panel import ban may trigger 150% price surge, worsening energy crisis. Though cash above $10,000 must leave Nigeria without declaration, EFCC warns Tom Polo endorses Tinubu for second term, says Fubara will return. The presidency civil society clash over Tinubu's alleged one-party state agenda. Over 80 northern communities under ISWAP control, says group. And finally, Fulani headers get 48-hour ultimatum to leave Benue community.
From the Daily Times, Nigerian Army arrests human parts trafficker, drug peddlers in Ogun. NDLEA raids Lagos Hotel, recovers 1.042 billion naira illicit drug consignment. 16-year-old boy nabbed over gun. 16-year-old boy nabbed with gun in Lagos. More PDP governors to join APC. EFCC reiterates warning to Nigerians on Ponzi schemes. And finally, from Daily Times, kidnappers open fire on travelers, abduct passengers in Zamfara.
And over now to Daily Times, Kwankwaso's political future on limbo as defections rock. NNPP gunmen kill 16 in Adamawa, Benue. Manufacturers battle for survival as energy cost rises. 15 months after EFCC yet to release probe report on Edu Sadia experts flare delay. Plateau communities pick pieces after deadly attacks. FG called to action over WHO Gavi's alert on disease resurgence. Weeks to common entrance exams, FCT teachers strike lingers. And finally, hunger worsens in IDP camps as UN agencies cut operations.
From Daily Independent, Tinubu not weakening opposition nor dismantling democracy, coming from presidency. Stakeholders converse support for WASC customized exams. And the banner headline from Daily Independent, new EU rules, Nigeria may lose $20 billion cocoa revenue in 3 years. Experts charge federal government on more concrete, consistent actions. Syrup asks Zuckerberg Meta to pay $220 million fine or face legal action. NDLEA raids Lagos Hotel, recovers 1.042 billion naira illicit drug consignments. Crowds flock to tomb of Pope Francis as eyes turn to conclave. Fitch upgrades Lagos. 3 other states to stable. Sanwo-Olu thanks Lagosians, promises more action. Still on Daily Independent, visa restrictions to UAE cuts passenger traffic on Emirates Airlines. Economy seats drops by 50%, say travel expert. Rights activists prefer a solution to Rivers' political crisis. These are the stories on Daily Independent.
From Vanguard, Tinubu to opposition, don't blame me for inability to manage your affairs, says democracy not threatened in Nigeria. The factions of the Yoma Gege battle for Delta APC leadership. Ex-Deputy Senate President insists he is party lead. Delta Governor, my leader, Keyamo, Shetima Ganduje, 10 governors receive Oberewori Okoa today. Outrage over World Bank's report on poverty in Nigeria. The writer says, stop playing politics with people's lives. Action 8 tells federal government it's a sovereign picture for Nigeria. That's from Adeyanju. And finally, we must resist one-party state agenda. Akiola Odinkalo Jinadu orders. Okay, back to the analysts in the studio. Okay, let's welcome this caller. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location.
Happy of the East.
Champions.
The voice of Israel will I'm connected this morning from my hometown, Macholo Gideon Martin Umero Cable.
You're welcome to the show.
Yeah, I don't have much to say here. They say hunger intensify in IDP camp. And my question is, what is IDP camp, meaning internally displaced person? Apart from our politicians, every other Nigeria has been internally displaced and suffering of hunger and the maltreatment, pressure. So if somebody is talking about the IDP of 10,000, 20,000 persons in a particular camp, that person is making a very big mistake, because apart from Nigerian politicians, every other Nigerian has been displaced. And if nothing is done, it is a gunpowder. Nigeria is sitting in a gun cage that can explode at any time. People can hit the street. People can siege. People can go to the house of these politicians and give them, worry them as they never expect. Nigerians are hungry. There is insecurity. So let the government sit up and do the needful. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, you too. All right, Canarius.
All right. Yeah, the solar panel import ban may trigger 150% price surge. I wonder why Nigeria should ban solar panel materials in a situation where we are even canvassing for the federal government to set up an emergency on energy in this country, because Nigeria is running proper deficit of generating enough energy, and people are going into solar as a result of God-given atmosphere of sunshine. And you want to ban it as an alternative energy provision in this country. I wonder the group, the interest the government is trying to protect, because for them to do that, it is an interest they want to protect, for people to shun solar energy.
But they are trying to use solar energy for the presidential villa.
That is what I don't understand. We are a country of absurdity, in the sense that if it is good for oil, it is okay. But I want to use oil as an example.
Hey, no, go ahead. It's allowed.
So what I'm trying to say is that the federal government policy somersault on certain issues in this country that borders on the the interests of the general populace is one thing I don't understand. And people appear to be docile. They don't even complain, and people are not complaining, and people are not showing any, agitation of when their rights is being trampled upon. For you to own a solar panel in your house as an alternative energy, you must have spent some money. And now, with this ban, the cost will be tripled so that people will not, and still, you have not provided enough electricity with this, the discount, whatever con they call themselves. So, I wonder why Nigeria should continue to think backwards, because that is thinking backward. We are praying that solar should be, look at most of our streets today, in here, it is solar generated and it's properly lit on a night, and that scares away some hoodlums. So why would they now ban the importation? Are we now manufacturing it? If we are manufacturing it, it is a different ballgame. You want the local industry to be sustained. But in this case, you are not doing anything towards there. So I wonder why they are doing that. Now and again, I saw the military guy said, don't ever wear our uniform. Because if we catch you, you are in trouble. Come on, Nigeria is going backward, I know, because of criminality. But otherwise, in the U.S., you go to any of the shops, you will see all kind of military uniform. You see children, wearing it. It is an attire for aspiration into the military, even at that. They will want to look like the military. It is an inducement that, hey, come on, I want to join the army, I want to join the Navy, I want to join the Air Force, I want to join the Marine. So you see all those uniforms being displayed, and children are, gravitating into that force because they know that it is an elite force. But in Nigeria, why our policemen are not even properly dressed, you'll find that criminals are wearing serious camouflage materials and then prison on the road. You don't know. It has happened so many times. That
but we need to know who is who. Nigeria's case is different in that.
Because we have not actually conducted ourselves very well. Otherwise, why would military not know who is regimented or who is not regimented?
Yeah.
So the problem is within the security architecture of this country that we have not been able to have proper audit. As we are speaking now, Nigerian military may not know the number of persons they have recruited in the last 10 years.
Okay, not until we conduct the census of that. We have a message on the WhatsApp. Good morning to you guys. Your guest said he saw people who are suspicious at St. Patrick's on the day of the exam. My question is your guest saying JAM should look into that exam center to see if they are mercenaries? They wrote exams in that center because I believe they have a CCTV camera. Unfortunately, it came from Anonymous. Then he didn't put his name there. But Canayos, that's for you. Hello, somebody.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, go ahead. Kevin Sapo.
Let's go on the. It did me on the shop.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, that's on Friday. I think on Saturday night. But think was the open a number that I go. You can check our Toby. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Hello, sir.
I can hear you. Go ahead. If it's in line with what we're doing.
Okay, sir. I'm looking at radio, so you can call through me and at them. I'm got a power bank. Now, my MP, my first light, you just come out and
Brother, you have to come to ABS and find out what you're talking about. And then you can pay for advert so that we keep the station running. Thank you very much. Moving over now to Tribune. Nigeria targets single-digit inflation, job creation amid global uncertainty. That's from Aiden. Maxima PS worry over World Bank's 50% poverty projection for 2027 offers short-term measures to reverse trend. Ayo Adebanjo, a courageous leader, advocate of United Nigeria, Abure Roots rival MPF orders as Labour Party holds night of tributes for late elder statesman. Tinubu's government making effort to dismantle democratic foundations. Odinkalo Ojudu, Jinadu, 15 orders, won. And then state trending here. Wow, we've lost it. Let me get back to that. There's a kind of intervening variable right here. We'll get back to that. Okay, back to the paper. That's a Tribune. Yeah. Tinubu making efforts to dismantle democratic foundations. Odinkalu Ojudu Jinadu 15 others won against the country's march towards one-party state within fights to end military dictatorship only to enthrone civilian authoritarianism. They say Tinubu not being in one-party state. That's from the presidency. Okay, these are the 21s here.
And then finally from the nation is the banner headline, Shetima Ganduje governors to receive Oborori into APC. Delta agog for big political event of the year in Asaba. Okoa, PDP leaders move a mass. World Bank backs federal government job creation plan. And then finally from the nation is Fitch upgrades Lagos State to stable. Security operatives held for selling arms to bandits. These are the stories from the national dailies this morning.
All right, back to Rotarian Kana Chukwu, the analyst in the studio.
Okay. I want His Excellency, the President, said, I don't blame me for your inability to manage your affairs. He's talking to opposition. In the last few days, we have seen the opposition moving in droves from their party to the ruling party. Well, it has been a common thing in this country that we don't have ideologically driven political parties. If I am a liberal Democrat, I remain a liberal Democrat. If I am a conservative, I remain a conservative, because that is the principle of and policy of an ideology of a political party that I profess. But in our own country today, a political bigwig of APC will leave APC to go to SDP, from SDP to go. So they keep, in those days when we were watching the NPP, we are watching the NPP, we are watching the NPM, and some of those big players like Tahir, Ibrahim Tahir will come to Anambra Radio in those days as the man flagging off presidential campaign for the president. We will say that they are political akuna. You see?
Waka waka.
Yes, they are political akuna. How can you move from this PDP to APC, and then because you lost primary, you move, and they will offer you immediate ticket. You find out that we have actually messed up the democracy in this country. It is no longer an enduring democracy. It is not a principled democracy. It is not even a democracy driven by a proper manifesto of what you will do. I don't see myself as a Democrat tomorrow, like in America, moving to the Republican, then you have clashed the ideology. Nobody will take you serious because you are not actually showing good character. Because these political parties are people who determine what happens in any nation. And when people are jumping from one political party to the other with a modeled up ideology and principle, you find out that that country is not moving. That's what we're having in this country. You see somebody who is in a particular political party, tomorrow he will be given ministerial appointment, he will be given an appointment. He is not in line with the manifesto or the original manifesto of that political party. He comes in there because he's a jobber, a political jobber that has been settled. And he goes there, he's not doing the proper thing. All he's doing there is, do the bid of his master, rub my back, I rub your back, kind of, policies, and it affects our entire polity. So to me, Tinubu will be very happy seeing opposition being, weakened. so that one party state will be obvious. And people are crying that one party state is...
But are we better off with one party state?
How could we be better off? How could we, even in Nomuna level, there must be some dissenting voices. There must be some challenges. And if you allow a Nomuna for one person to, call the shot and do everybody must do his bidding, you find out that particular kindred is suffering. So not to talk of the larger society of Nigeria, where we are now talking about one party system. But at the same time, you can find out that some people who are moving from one political party to the other will have some issues, particularly FCC issues, are moving for their sins to be forbidden. That is what the Shimon says. That when you come in and join us, all your sins are forgiven. Is this a country where people sin or have been adjudged to have misappropriated, to have, for malfeasance of finances, and you are forgiving them to come into your party? Does it show you the sample to the outside world? No. Some ministers were fired somewhere in one of these African countries yesterday for, harassment, misconduct of infidelity. He was fired.
It's even alleged.
You see? So he was fired. But we have such issues, and we are rubbing them Vaseline, rubbing them cream, rubbing them relaxer, and they are relaxing, and nothing is happening. So to me, Nigeria is drifting into a political, I don't know what it is, but we are not moving forward. Whether we like it or not, when you compare us with other West African countries where they have conducted serious elections, and you'll find out that Nigeria is still thinking. It is from the grapevine I heard that manual voting is going to be conducted after all this money they put into what they call it, electronic voting and all that. Because they are not talking of glitches this time. They are now talking of multilating manually. The result, I know nothing will happen. Otherwise, I will go to court.
Okay, always go to court. Somebody has a court moving the busy, surely his sins must be forgiven. Well, there's no time to take that, and that's from Ugu calling from Aguaka. Okay, I heard Senator Omar Agege saying he's still the party leader in the state. Okay, this is where we'll conclude today's press review. Thanks for joining us, and I want to thank you for sharing your thoughts on today's headlines. Rotarian Kanayo Chukwu Obidibo, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And my name is Uche Chukwu Ebanamadzatnino, and I'll be coming your way with Nzuko Anambra. Go nowhere.
And I'm Roy. Thank you for joining us this morning.